At the beginning of the battle for Mosul, after weeks of buildup, Iraqi military commanders were confident.
The
operations are going very well and according to plan. Sometimes we are ahead of the plan because of the high morale and the fighters' strong will to fight ISIL to liberate Mosul, which has been under ISIL rule for the past 2 years.
1 month later, the optimism is still apparent, even as the tone has grown more cautious. Kurdish Peshmerga forces had already completely encircled Bashiqa before making their final push to retake the town. But resistance from the remaining ISIL fighters was tougher than the Peshmerga thought. They insist the town has now been cleared, but they are still on guard. And while Iraqi security forces continue to inch ever closer to Mosul, the fighting in surrounding villages, suburbs, and neighborhoods has been far more difficult than many on the ground had anticipated. This is urban warfare that only seems to grow more difficult. Street to street, house by house.
I personally believe this is going to take longer as anticipated, that it's going to take minimum 6 months to 1 year. And that's also the opinion of many military generals from the U.S. coalition forces and also international generals and military experts. From the previous reports, they were stating that it's going to only take months or a couple of months or a matter of a few weeks, which is not true.
While analysts believe that ISIL will eventually be defeated, they're also concerned about what will come next.
We need to have a political and diplomatic settlement because after the war, what is going to happen? What is the plan? What is going to be the post-Mosul strategy? What is going to happen to the minorities like Christians, Yazidis, and Shabaks?
Many worry that in Iraq, a country constantly struggling to bridge the sectarian divide, an already dire humanitarian crisis will only grow worse. In Iraq, even before the battle for Mosul began, there were already over 3 million internally displaced people. Since the battle for Mosul began, there have been over 50,000 people newly displaced. Now aid workers worry about the more than 1 million people still inside Mosul. While new camps keep springing up, aid agencies say it won't be enough and warn their resources are already stretched. This is the Hassan Sham camp, which opened in the past 2 weeks and is already filled to capacity. Some families don't even have tents yet. Already, even as expansion is underway, there's a shortage of supplies. Iraq says it is winning its war against ISIL, but for most, this hardly feels like victory. Mohammed Jamjoom, Jazeera, Erbil.